Wanted to make a short video about the removal of the chains on classic motorcycles that still use a chain drive for the rear wheels, such as shovel head Harley Davidsons and maybe some older other motorcycles as well. Chains that would employ a master link that would use a pin such as this to remove it. I've seen some interesting stuff that people do because they don't want to get a standard breaker kit, right? Here's a breaker kit right here, and these are ones that you could get for relatively cheap. Harley Davidsons, as in this case, use a standard size 530 chain. This being a shovel head, this is a standard setup as well. And basically, after removing the clip, you would push out one of these pins. I've seen some interesting chain destroying methods employed by folks who simply just don't want to get the kit. So I thought I'd make a quick video that just going to discuss how I prepare for, setup, and remove the pin to open up the chain. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Ironically, I'm going to point out that I cannot find my tool that's used to remove the clip, and not that that would really damage anything except for your fingers. I just use the screwdriver and pick method, the screwdriver pushing into the clip and the pick pulling back on it. I'll grab the clip. I'm not entirely proud of this, of course, right? So I use in the video, a little hard to see. So this is a flush up against it. The screwdriver sort of pushes down here and pulls these blades apart while the pick pulls back and this snaps off. Problem is, when they snap off, if your fingers are in the way, it takes out a finger. So I want to point out I can't find my tool for that, so this was done unconventionally. However, everything else is done by the book. So let's get started on that now. There can be any endless number of reasons why you have to remove your motorcycle chain. I'm going to be doing transmission rebuild and transmission removal. See, I got an engine removed, obviously. That's my reason. This isn't about the whys, this is about the hows. And here's that kit. It's dirt cheap. It's available on Amazon. I'll post a little link up here above. And there are other companies that also distribute it for significantly more. But in looking at the dies, it looks like all those companies are pretty much getting it from the same company in China, and they're just putting their name on the bottom. So something to consider if you're willing to pay that kind of cash for this kit right here. You're getting the same exact kit and then paying 3 times as much to put somebody's logo on that kit. Just wanted to throw that out there. So let me get started. In consideration of the shovel head, my motorcycle, for instance, these Harley Davidsons, this size sprocket and chain, the pin that I'm going to be using right here is the largest one in the set. I think this calls out, what, 3.8? Yeah, 3.8 millimeter for this set. And in looking at this size, if I measure it up to the motorcycle, which I'll show later, you can see that on the chain itself, this lines up very nicely, being just slightly smaller than what is needed. So this is good. For the purpose of this activity specifically, we're not going to be needing 50 things out of this kit, right? We're going to be needing the pin we're going to use, the spring for that pin. We're going to pop it right on there like that. The tool itself. Matter of fact, we could actually open this tool up a bit if you have one like mine. And this piece inside here is not going to be used. So I'm just going to put that off to the side so the tool will look just like this. Put that down there. T-bar. That's it from the case of components here. We're not going to be using anything else. Move the bike into a workable position. I'm gonna match up this punch right here for the breaker set. This one's 530. Punch size is important. Put the correct spring around that punch loaded in the breaker tool. Drop the nut back around here. I want this to be recessed not too far out. This is the centering portion, so this needs to be recessed so that the end of this right here is able to fit in there nice. So I need a couple of millimeters back. There we go, that's good. We should be able to load this nice on the chain. I should have enough room now, we'll see. Both sides, I want to work here. Okay, that's good. So let me get this on here, make sure everything's centered, and now I'll be just putting the set together here with the center bolt. This is not to break the chain, I just want to make sure that the tool is on properly. That's all this is. Now I'm going to snug this bolt down. Just snug it. Mine's 9/16. There we go. That's all it took. Nothing crazy. And within my kit, these are all pretty much standard kits, there is a T-bar tool to go and start exerting some force on here to drive that pin through. Depending on the condition of the chain, I don't know how effective that's going to be. We'll find out. It's going, it's moving. It's not too bad. If I need to, I'll get a ratchet on here, but right now, it's just a matter of just having the room to work at grabbing the slippery chain. It's not the resistance. There it is. We can see it's turning. And the pin should be moving out the back of this. There it is. Heard the click. Checking with my finger in the back as I make these turns. It's not a coarse thread either, so it's slow moving. Now I feel the pin in the back already protruding out. And there's no resistance anymore. So. And there's the pin correctly removed using the correct tool for the job, not damaging the chain. I will now back out this device. When the pin is removed, as the chain separates, as we see here, these are the parts that will remain from this, the outer clip, the pin that was pushed out, and most importantly, these two O-rings. And these rings sat here on this lip on both sides of the chain, just like that. Important to note, accepted school of thought is that when you take these out, there is a kit that is used, a master link kit, to replace the one that you remove. I'm not going to tell you what to do. All I'm going to say is this is the number of pieces that came out when the chain was taken apart. This is the number of pieces that need to go back in when the chain is put back together. Failure to put one of these O-rings back in will lead to premature failure of these chains. And I think that concludes it. This test was pretty straightforward, and it's basically a discussion on why a device that costs $13 could save you from breaking a $130 chain just makes sense to use. It's been demonstrated how much easier it is to use than rigging something together to rip this pin out, because you don't want to spend a couple of dollars on Amazon to get the right tool. I'm done with my rant. I hope you found this video helpful for your motorcycle maintenance. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button and that bell, because subscribe doesn't do much anymore. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. There are lots of other videos I'm making right now that deal with the restoration and maintenance of this old Lowrider Harley Davidson motorcycle. If you're interested in those videos and other videos like it, feel free to subscribe to my channel for this and other interesting topics that I try and post weekly.
Thanks for watching. Would you like to reply?